Hello, welcome back to another teacher talk. This time we have the counselors, and if they'd want to do a quick introduction.
Hi, I'm Miss McKenzie, eighth grade counselor. So good to see you.
Hi, I'm Miss Rothup, and I'm the seventh grade counselor.
Andy Salinger, sixth grade counselor. Woohoo!
And I'm Miss Jackson, the educational services counselor.
Okay, so let's get right into the questions. First question I have is, if there was one thing you can do to change the teaching or counseling industry, what would it be?
Right now, it would be for us all to have been together this entire year for our eighth graders. And being we don't have the power to do that, I think just staying connected the way we have is pretty incredible.
Yeah.
For me, I wish that technology would have been a little bit easier for all of us, because I think it was a learning curve for me, and I'm sure for all of you. Although I do say some of us may not get to know each other as much virtually as we would on campus. So the only thing I would change is I hope that we get a chance to connect again.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I feel. Not being able to actually see people has been a real challenge.
Yeah.
Oh, and I think I'm excited about getting back to campus, having live instruction, having you guys connect with your teachers who you've never met in person before, which is like a whole different dynamic. You get to actually see their personalities and you get to joke with them and stuff like that. So I think that's what I miss so much about being online sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. My second question is mostly for the sixth graders or even seventh and eighth graders that are new to the school. What would it be like if we're back in school? How would it be like?
Well, when the sixth graders go back, when everyone goes back, you're going to be stuck in a classroom. But the sixth graders haven't been on campus. There's some students that have never, ever been to our school at all. A few have actually made a visit last year when they were in fifth grade. But coming back just to get to figure out where everything is, knowing where the bathrooms are is an important thing. And
Yeah.
I mean, the first few weeks if you guys can remember going back when you were in sixth grade, just understanding where everything is. So just going back, it's going to be this kind of like a scavenger hunt to find out where things are, but not having the freedom just to run around and explore things.
Also, Miss Ellingson and Miss Ferrante pointed out the fact that next year, even if these sixth graders are gonna be in leadership, they're not gonna be able to do like tours of the school because they won't actually know what the school is like.
We'll have virtually two groups of new students, two groups of, even though they're in seventh grade, it'll be like two groups of sixth graders because they didn't have these opportunities. So I think coming back to campus and being able to feel a connection to be part of Hale. Right now they know they're a Hale student, but they've been a home student. And so to be back on campus and feel that connection for this group of sixth graders will be really important so that they can discuss and talk to the incoming sixth graders next year.
Yeah. All right, so next question is
you guys a question? What do you guys think we should do as counselors to help those kids come back to school?
Can I help you with that?
Probably encourage them to want to come back to school.
Well, that and I don't know if you guys know, you guys should know, but I'm one of the web coordinators where we have eighth graders as web leaders. And we have been having them visit the sixth grade classes the last couple of months in their advisories. So I would hope leadership as well as the web leaders may go and do videos of the school. Like imagine their day walking in the first day, going through the main gate. So we did talk about maybe creating videos for those kids, whether they're sixth, seventh, or eighth that are new to Hale, they get a chance to get that connection. So I hope the connection comes with you guys, that you will get an opportunity to have one or two of you guys videotape a student walking to their classroom, looking around, taking pictures and stuff, video wise.
Yeah.
So I would hope that you guys are thinking about that too.
Third question is one tip for students for distance learning.
stay on top of things.
Do your best every day. If you can, log in from beginning to end of class and do the work as it's assigned if possible. And I think it's to remember and remind yourselves daily, this is not a normal situation, to take a deep breath and try and go still one day at a time. A year into this, I think we still have to remind ourselves. We may think, oh, we should know how to do this by now. It is not normal, and it is not at all what any of us envision. So to be patient with yourself and still remind yourself every day, do the best you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would also say, don't forget to get out and have some fun and play. Sitting staring at a computer all day long is not the most enjoyable thing to do. So get out and play.
And not a healthy thing either. So yes, very important, get some fresh air.
And when you're feeling overwhelmed, to take that moment and say, okay, take that moment to breathe and say, okay, I got this. It's just another day. I'll do the best I can. Like Mrs. McKenzie said, just do the best. Mrs. Jackson said, do what you need to do. A lot of you guys, you have daily work, and the only thing you can do is do what you can and get through it. Because like we said, it's not a normal process, and we're all trying to get used to it. And even though a year has gone by, kids still forget to do what they need to do. And we just say, okay, take another day, find help, get support.
Yeah.
All right, so now I'm going to be asking you guys some questions. So the first question I'm asking is, how has the pandemic affected being a counselor?
Oh, I gotta get in that one. We miss you guys. We miss talking with you guys. We know that when we're out there during what we call supervision time, before school, during nutrition and lunch and after school, that connection, we all miss that. You guys coming up to us talking about, oh, we're going to go play basketball today. We're on a team. Oh, can you go do this? And just interact with us, because it's such a limit of when you guys get to see us, because that's what we're here for. We're here to take care of you, support you. So to me, it would be just the connection. I miss that. Just walking down the hallways and saying hi and just, enjoying the moment.
Makes sense.
I think so much of this has been planned meetings. When we need to connect with you, they've been planned, and we're able to do the best we can over a screen, which is so impersonal. And it is better than not having this. We talk a lot about, can you imagine doing this back in the day before technology or the internet, what that would have been like? So we are so fortunate to be able to see each other in this way, but there's so much loss. There's not a personal connection. And I think what Ms. Rothup alluded to is just the casual going by, like, hey, Dodger fans, we did it sort of thing. We couldn't do those things. We can't do those things. So I think it's really just a personal connection we're missing with our colleagues, with our family, our friends, and definitely with all of you guys. We're in this to help kids and be with kids. That's why we do what we do. And so definitely that connection.
I totally agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'd like to, like one student, he told me the same thing, like what he misses is like the very beginning of walking into class and talking with the guy next to him, the girl next to him, while the class is getting ready. He said right now, it's like we jump right in and we don't have that. And it's the same with us as the counselors, having those little chit chats when you're walking down the hallway. I got into this job to be with kids, and here I am just with my computer. So it's not the same as being with kids.
Yeah.
I miss watching, like I'm a people watcher, and I miss watching you guys interact and talk and just engage with each other. Eating lunch, just that natural act of eating lunch with each other, and talking about your classes. I really miss that as well.
I like that, because that's your true,
laughing.
right.
Sorry.
Right.
Seeing
True
you guys
person.
laughing and playing and socializing with each other is such joy to see you guys being happy and just hanging out together, which is what you should be doing.
Your true personalities show up, right? Because it's with your friends and your peers.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The next one is, if you weren't a counselor, what do you think you would be doing?
Oh, that's such a good question. I know what I would have. Oh, wow. I thought about for a while sports psychologist. And way back in the day when I thought about it, I don't think it was discussed very much, like athletes needing to talk to people or do something to decompress. And it was definitely something that I thought about. So I don't know. Here I am. I'm so happy that this is the path I took. I wouldn't change it for anything.
If you're asking what I thought about what I wanted to be when I was in middle school, that I wanted to be a lawyer.
Same.
Because I'm such a rule follower and I love all the codes and all the education things and law. It just was a different turn by the time I went off to college.
If I wasn't a counselor, I think I'd want to be like a national park ranger and having people say, hey, check out that tree. Look at that lizard. I love getting outside. So that would be something I think I'd like to do.
I think I would like to, I don't know, there's so many things. Love the arts, even though I'm not an artist, but I wish I could be. And then, and I'm thinking like, why not like a party director or party like planner, which would be fun.
Ms. Jackson, change your growth mindset. Change your mindset. You are creative.
You will become now an event planner.
Yes.
All right. So the last question I'm going to be asking you today is, what's one thing you do outside of school?
Oh, for me, what I enjoy doing, which I have definitely missed over the year, is being with my family and being with my friends. And we're pretty social, my family and I, my husband and I. So that is definitely something that I've missed. But what has kept me through, and I'm going to show it, is rooting those Dodgers on. So boy, what a year. That was the highlight of 2020. And I'm excited. Spring training's here. And so if I can't be with friends and family, those boys in blue definitely are a passion.
Yeah.
Same for
me. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying same for me.
Oh, yeah. I can see your hat. For me, it would be that I just like to sit outdoors and take a moment from the time that we're inside all the time, because as we all know, we can sit here for hours and hours. And then it's just like Mr. Salinger said, what he would want to be. Like I literally go outside and I sit in a chair and I'm just staring at the beauty of life. Because all around, even though we are always thinking about the pandemic, I always think about, look at the birds, look at all the bees and the butterflies, and, just trying to take your mindset to another peaceful place instead of always just staring at a screen. So it'd be just sitting outside. And another favorite thing would be watching movies. I love movies.
Polar opposites, but
Yep.
And what do? I get outside and go on little adventures, whether it's on 2 feet or 2 wheels. I just love getting outside, adventuring, riding my bike, running, hiking, driving, anything that you'd say is an adventure. That's what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. I think I love being at the beach. So I try to go as much as I can, just because the noise, the nature of the ocean and how grand and grandiose it is, and how little we are, makes everything kind of put into perspective. And then I think my family, the one thing I've enjoyed is being home with my kids most of the time, and being able to to experience them like in a different level. But I do miss my family, my extended family, because we always have a lot of get-togethers and gatherings. So that's one of the things that I've missed and that can't wait to do.
All right. Thank you so much for your time. And
thank you all for coming.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Joining us this
See
week.
you soon.
Thank you for
Bye.
the special, as I call the TED Talks.
Yeah.
That's awesome.